Previously on the Lineage of Moonreach, we were balls deep in our war in the siege to save Moonreach. We had just solved the problem with the laser tower thing the dragon was holding, and we faced off against the dragon itself and Zerth Mountain Blade. We won out in the end of the day, and we were in the process of evacuating our friends. We fled to the Midland Wilds. Hirstag talked to Leithandria, and we all sought a much-needed rest under the stars.
Oh, that's
All right.
The D20 Syndicate presents The Lineage of Moonreach.
Welcome back to the D20 Syndicate podcast. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5e podcast. I am your host and DM, Seth, and around the table we have our players.
I'm Tomas, I play Tomas.
I'm Elijah, and I play Hirstag.
I'm Billy, and I play Willem.
I'm Lindsey, and I play Pinwin.
And I'm Michaela, and I play Gorbel.
That's right. Each week we record this for your listening pleasure and dole it out to the masses. Yeah, that's it.
Great, here we go.
So let's roll.
Get the fuck out.
Let's, do we have any... Let's do a...
Everybody roll perception.
campfire question.
Shit!
We're going to do a round the campfire question to kind of get in character and kind of learn a little bit about you guys. So for this week's campfire question, what we're going to do is...
Fight.
Fight to the death. See what happens. Let's do a weekly around the campfire question to get in character and kind of learn a little bit about you guys. So this week's around the campfire question: in the world, you have a certain set of skills. Some might call it your calling. If you weren't doing what you were doing, what other calling, job, class, we could even say, do you think that you would be well suited for? I'll start with you, Tomar.
Well, this hasn't really happened much on the show, but I'm quite good at shaping gems and jewels and stuff. I spent a lot of time in Gorm's shop learning his trade, and I even have some tools with me for collecting these gems. But, yeah, if I weren't doing what I'm doing now, that's something I would be considering.
Cool. Pinwin.
Well, if I wasn't adventuring and doing really cool stuff, I would be probably kind of following in my parents' footsteps. They were traveling storytellers, and I always thought that was really fun, but I liked the idea of music with it, and that kind of made me follow that whole venue. So being a storyteller plus musician all together in one and just performing all the time, and that was all I did. Is that different enough?
Yeah. Gorbel.
Well, I'm really good at cooking.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not there.
Pinwin, get out.
I'm sorry.
So I think I would do something with that. Maybe I'd become a chef. Maybe I'd open a restaurant.
Welcome to Chez Galbels. I'm Lat, I will be your server.
Tomar, get out.
Willem.
I keep trying to think of what Gorbel's shop, like, food place would be called. Gorb Shorb.
Gorbel
That's
smorgasbord.
very derivative.
Smorgagorbel.
Yeah, the smorgasgorb.
There you go.
Smorgasbord.
There's something better. Anyway, Willem.
We'll think on it.
Gorbel's Grub Hub. If I wasn't adventuring and having the friends that I do surrounding me and somewhat correcting my moral compass as much as they possibly can, I'd more than likely be a smuggler of some kind. Or a mercenary, more than likely.
Cool. Hirstag.
Well,
He did it, guys! He said the line!
if I weren't an adventurer, well, if I wanted to make a living, I'd probably have this ability to make plants grow better. I think I would just travel the land if I weren't to just stay in the Midland Wilds and, do druidy stuff. Why are you holding my hand?
I'm sorry. That's what I was laughing about. Because you weren't even like looking up. You just went for it. John Nosko with Tom Cook.
Yeah, I'd probably go around and help people's crops grow better and take a little bit of coin and just travel around and do that.
Take coin or like get paid
for a bit of coin. My prices would be low.
Send the vines into their pockets. And
Wouldn't that be wild if Hirstag turned out to be like a thief, a tool? Like you're just the worst person without us?
I could probably make a living doing that, yeah.
I mean, you'd probably be pretty good at it.
I'm pretty good at a lot of stuff.
If the authorities came, you could just whirlwind them.
Mm-hmm. No hope.
Untouchable.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks here, folks. When we last left off, you guys were settling down for the night beneath the branches of Leothandria under the protective spell of Hirstag. And Hirstag, you all had slipped into a deep slumber. And Hirstag, you saw some disturbing images while you slept of a great black ziggurat hovering over the ocean and a labyrinth of passageways through it and a shape resting on what appeared to be an altar under a sheet.
Did he see the correct way through the labyrinth?
He saw a way through the labyrinth.
Write that shit down.
I saw a way through the labyrinth.
But that wasn't all that you saw. That was the first part. So as you drifted more deeply into sleep, so you saw yourself crawling through the forest. So you can see Leothandria in the distance as you make your way toward her. And as you get closer, you can see 4 hooded shapes standing in front of her trunk. And you look down and your hands are very small. Very, very, very small. And they're moving in front of you in the grass. But slowly the grass turns dark and then black. And you realize that you're not crawling through grass at all, but it's the feathers of a bird. As you look up, you realize you're on the back of a giant crow flying over a ravaged landscape. Thousands of other crows are flying with you, and you all dive toward a large mountain range that's unfamiliar to you. Nestled into the mountains is a figure sitting on a jet black throne, the back of which climbs high into the sky like a spire. The figure is hooded, and the crows all converge towards this figure and land on the throne. Yours is the last in the air, and as you dive bomb, you lose your balance and fall. However, you land in the knotted hole in Leothandria's trunk. You're small again, and you can see the 4 hooded figures. 2 of them pull back their cowls to reveal Cog and Galode, your parents. The other 2 remain hooded. However, one of them moves toward you, hands outstretched. You catch a glimpse of a smile and pale, gray hair beneath the hood. And as a raven lands on the hooded figure's shoulder, your dream ends. Tomar, you are also asleep, and you see only darkness. Slowly, a pinprick of light appears and moves forward. It's a greasy orange color, and for a moment you think it's the glow of the Nightmare Diamond. But as it gets close, you realize that it's a torch being carried in the dark. As it gets closer into your perspective, you realize that the torch is being held by a familiar figure. It's Romar. He's walking and looking concerned, and as he passes you, he turns, and you say his name, and he stops, as if seeking the source of the noise, but then he turns back and walks off into the darkness. The darkness lightens, and soon you're stepping through the opening of a gray, rocky terrain that looks like mountains. You can hear the guttural growl of a monstrous beast behind you. It's a sound you've heard many times in your dreams, but only once in person. You hear a woman's voice cry out in a wet strike of teeth tearing flesh. Your view shifts and you can see the opening to an ancient city. And far in the distance, you can see that torchlight again. But you realize that this time it is the Nightmare Diamond, revolving slowly in the air over the ruined city. Gorbel, you are running through dark woods at night. A full, hazy yellow moon hangs in the sky. You're being chased by something. You're fast, but whatever is pursuing you is gaining on you. In the distance, you can hear many, many howls. Wolves. Scores of them. It sounds like they're getting closer and closer. The trees clear and you emerge from an alleyway in Deepminster. You look back down the alley and see the trees. You're scared, so you run down the paved street and past many dilapidated buildings that look as though they were once grand and impressive houses. You can feel that you're not quite safe yet, and you find a house with shuttered windows, but a still vibrant yellow door. There's something familiar about this door. You race inside, and as you enter, you can see the still forms of Lufric, your old mentor, lying on the dark wood in a pool of blood. Next to him is the body of Jennifer, her body broken and feathers everywhere. Still, a third form lies as well, the crumpled body of Prince Othus's construct body, the lights flickering erratically in the dim light of its eyes. As you bend down to examine them, the door flies open behind you, and a chill wind whips across the room. As you turn to look, a form reaches its hand out and grabs your face. A shining ring with a raven emblazoned on it is all you can see before everything goes dark.
That wasn't even kind of happy.
Willem, you are lazing in a hammock on a terrace.
Everything rules. You're drinking a Corona with lime.
Dick hard as a rock.
You're resting a book on it.
It's crime and punishment.
You are lazing in a hammock on a terrace overlooking the pristine blue ocean in a port town you can't quite remember the name of. You can hear gulls and merriment in the distance as you rock slowly under the veranda. You feel at peace. However, the skies darken over the ocean and a terrific storm rolls in. The merriment turns to screams as the ocean itself heaves up and becomes a massive tidal wave heading right for you. And before you can even react, you're hit and find yourself trapped beneath the water's surface and caught in the undertow. You feel yourself drowning and frantically look around for something to rescue yourself with. Instead, your eyes find a form floating in front of you. A kindly-looking man smiles back at you, calm despite the tormenting sea. He's wearing flowing robes and has a bald pate with a circle of hair around his ears. He holds up a single finger, and a bright flame ignites at the tip, boiling the water around it. In the water, he traces a shape, and the flame burns this shape into the water itself. The etching takes the shape of a large spider, which comes alive once he finishes and scuttles off into the depths of the water. The old man keeps smiling at you, and then removes a red gem from his robes and holds it aloft as if wishing for you to see it very clearly. Then it disappears, and after a moment longer, the man disappears as well. Smoozog, you dream of battle. In the middle of this battle, a massive army of demons is unleashed just like before. Only this time, when they're chopped down, they just become 2 more demons. A baby is crying somewhere in the distance. Suddenly, the earth splits open, and you can hear the sound of something horrific screaming to be released. Just as the dream ends, you see a massive 20-foot blazing arm break its way out of the ground and smash down on you. Pinwin. Let me find it.
Your family is all safe and you're happy.
Pinwin, you're on the deck of an airship, flying and having fun with your friends. You're entertaining them with songs, and everyone's drinking and having a good time. Pinwin, you're the greatest entertainer ever, Gorbel yells at you. You're my best friend, Willem says.
Something's fishy about this.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Easily a non-fiction dream.
I'm so proud of you, Tomar says. Hirstag just nods his approval. However, suddenly, the skies get dark, and a figure appears at the prow of the ship. It's Mandoran. The winds whip at his cloak and sparse hair, and his usual calm and smiling face is seriously grave. He steps down close to you, and everyone on the ship's countenance changes to that of very, very serious. He leans in and very quietly says to you, "You will face a great trial, Pinwin. You will lose something very dear to you, and you will be forced to make a choice. This choice will decide the fate of your friends and the fate of the world itself. You, and only you, can make this decision, Pinwin. Good luck." The ship starts breaking apart and plummets. Everyone screams as the ground races up at you, and far in the distance, all you can see is the blood forest. You all wake up at the same time. It's the wane light of early morning.
Whoa, who's Wayne?
What's his light about?
I don't like sleeping here,
I
Hirstag.
had a bad dream.
Wait, you had a bad dream?
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Some of it was pretty good, but
Why did you two?
I mean, I always do. But, you don't normally, do you?
I had a super fucked up dream.
no.
Really?
Hirstag?
Yeah.
Does that just happen here? Is that why?
No.
Oh.
No.
Let's hope it's not prophetic, because I don't want to make decisions.
Do you know anything about dreams, being a druid of the Circle of Dreams?
I do.
Do they mean anything?
I know that I can communicate with other people through their dreams. It's not...
Were you doing this fucked up shit to us?
No. No.
That's not funny. That's not good.
We haven't slept in a long
Come
time,
on,
man.
It's not...
Did we still get a long rest, by the way?
Yes, you did. You gained the
good.
benefit. And surprisingly, if you guys didn't already have it, you all have inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, crazy to think that maybe someone could have been altering our dreams in some way through magic.
Someone being... Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Do you have any juju feelings? Any
Well,
presence?
Let's
that you
go
can
over our
sense?
dreams.
Can Mandoran do that?
He could do a lot of things.
Well, he was in my dream.
Okay.
So we didn't have the same dream.
All right. One at a time. Let's go over what happened in our dreams. What about you, Gorbel?
Okay, so I was being chased. I ended up in Deepminster, and it looked fucked up, kind of run down.
Who was chasing you?
I don't know. I heard howling, but I never saw who was chasing me. I ended up at a house. There was a yellow door.
And when she says that, the four of you, excluding Willem, obviously.
Even Hirstag?
Oh, sorry, not Hirstag. Smoozog, though. You guys remember in Deepminster, you might not actually remember it in real life, but there was, at one point when you're walking through one of the more kind of rundown areas, you remember a big old house with a bright yellow door on it, and you guys all felt weirdly sad as you passed in front of it. Do you guys remember
You're
that at all?
real satisfied with your, thread connecting, aren't you?
I'm just, I figure you guys probably didn't remember it, so I said.
Everybody
Seth,
gives
put your pants back
for
on.
Remembering.
I mean, obviously I'm going to remember it, because I...
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So I showed up at this yellow door, and I went inside, and in a pool of blood, there was Lufric, Jennifer, and Prince Othus's construct was just like lying in this destroyed heap. And it was super sad. I was super overwhelmed. And then somebody came in, and this hand came out to my face and grabbed it. I don't know who it was, but the only thing I could see was there was a ring on this thing's hand, and there was a raven on the ring.
Like Hirstag's ring?
And as he lifts it up, it's the exact same emblem that you saw in your dream.
Was it Hirstag?
Would you grab her face?
Was it a little hand?
No, it was a big hand, but it was that ring.
Did anyone else see ravens or anything in their dream?
I did.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. I saw some ravens. Ooh.
What happened? What happened in your dream?
Well, first I saw visions of that ziggurat that we're supposed to go to. I did see a way in.
Do you think you could remember it?
Possibly. I saw Calcifer's face.
His real face?
I mean, it's a...
You saw a form covered by a sheet, but it was definitely his voice.
Didn't you say it turned and looked at me?
Yeah, underneath the sheet.
Oh.
And said...
Okay, let me redo that. Well, I saw a body under a sheet, and it turned and looked at me. Assuming that's Calcifer. And then it gets kind of weird. So I had visions of my dad and Glowed standing underneath Laethandria with hoods on, and there was this other hooded figure.
And there were two others.
Two other hooded figures. One of them had turned and looked at me, and it had whoever it was had gray hair hanging down below the hood, and something with ravens. There was I was a kid again, and I was riding on a giant raven, and there was a bunch of other ravens flying with me, and we were soaring to this mountain or something. There was like a tall black throne that we were heading towards. I haven't the slightest idea.
Could you tell if your parents that you saw, if they were a past version of your parents, or what they would look like now?
Could I tell that?
Yeah, it looked like the last time you saw him.
They looked just as they did last time I saw them.
But they had
before they left that day.
Weird robes on. Well, there was a mountain in my dream. And it's a mountain that I see all the time in my dreams. I was at the Belderock again, but Romar was there. So I'm assuming that the person you dusted, Gorbel, isn't Romar, and that he's going there himself, in which case he's doomed. Like, we need to go there and stop whatever's in there. There was also a city in there that I never got to see, but the Nightmare Diamond was hovering over it. So it was very familiar, but also different. But I never got far enough in there to have seen much of anything other than a bunch of people dying. But if it's the same mountain you saw, maybe that means something.
I will say, if I remember correctly, that there was like a ruined landscape on the way to the mountain. Is that right? Yeah. What color were the robes that they were wearing?
In your vision, I probably should have described that better. They were like brown robes, very plain.
I thought they were wearing black robes.
Okay. So would I have seen them in robes like that before?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like the robes they would have worn around you.
Okay.
Does any of that sound familiar to you guys? Like anything in your dreams?
Nope.
Not ringing any bells for me.
No.
Right, so what happened in your dream, Willem?
Well, everything was good and well, and then a storm came in, and I was underwater, and then there was a bald man, I guess also in robes, but they didn't stand out to me at all. He used magic, and with the tip of his finger, it seemed to be emanating some sort of flame or fire. And while we were underwater, he traced the outline of a spider that came to life, and it crawled away into the depths of the ocean. And then he had a gem that he pulled out, but then before anything else happened, I woke up.
What was the gem? What did it look like?
It was like
Small red gem.
Yep.
It was just a small red gem. It didn't look spectacular or really stand out to me at all.
Isn't that what the gem that Mandorin gave me was? It was a small red gem.
He did give you a small red gem, yeah.
Mandorin gave me a small red gem, and that's what transported me to the ethereal plane.
Pardon, but who's Mandorin?
You haven't met him?
He's a wizard that has been part of our travels. He'll show up, and he'll give us some mystical sage advice, and then he'll bounce.
Is he bald by any
And we
chance?
met him in Deepminster, where I was in my dream.
And he's really cool.
He's not bald.
He's not bald.
He's balding.
But like in kind of an attractive way.
What kind of bald was this guy you saw?
Bald on top, just hair around the
So
outside.
like a tonsor, like monk sort of.
Yeah, kind of a
haircut?
friar tuck, yeah.
Who?
Friar fuck. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah.
He's very popular in Starhost.
Well, there was definitely fire in my dream. Romar was carrying a torch. The torch was kind of like leading me through the dream almost.
Pinwin, Gorbel, did you guys have fire in your dream?
Nope.
No fire.
Did anyone see Mandorin?
Any robes?
Oh, yeah, I saw Mandorin. Remember, I led with that. Remember, that was like a big part? I guess I didn't tell you it was a big part, but yeah, Mandorin was in there.
What was your dream?
Oh, my dream. Okay, so my dream started, like a typical day. I'm giving a performance, and everyone's like, "Wow, Pinwin, I'm your best friend." And then all of a sudden, Mandorin comes on the ship, which it was really weird. That
You were on a ship?
Oh yeah, I was on an airship. We were all in an airship.
Airship.
Yeah, and I was doing a performance. It was so fun. And then Mandorin came on, and it was really weird because I would think I'd just like run up and be like, "Oh my god, what are you doing here?" Because I miss that guy. But it like got really serious really fast, and then he just told me that some bad stuff was gonna happen, and that I'd have to make a big decision. And I don't know, something about it affecting a lot of people and like the world. So
You making a decision?
Yeah, isn't that terrifying?
More than you know.
Where were you? Did you see anything else other than the airship?
Oh, yeah. No, at the end of the dream, I saw the Blood Forest. So, kind of over by Shadeholm. My home. You know?
So is something bad happening there?
I hope not there. Mandoran just said bad in general.
Well, why would
And hopefully these aren't prophetic and they're just normal, weird dreams that can happen.
Willem, where were you in your dream?
I was on a beach.
I don't think these are normal dreams.
I had a dream.
You had a dream?
Yeah. I was dead.
What?
Yeah.
Like, were you looking at your dead body, or?
No, I think I was in a tomb. That was it.
You didn't see anything else?
Mm-mm.
And you were
Anything else inside the tomb with
were
you?
dead in the tomb?
Yeah.
Were you, like, buried in the tomb, or were you just dead on the floor?
I was in the tomb. I assume I was dead because I couldn't move at all.
Well, these can't be prophetic because we would never let you die, Zyko.
Was there a giant rock rolled in front of the door, preventing you from getting out for 3 days?
Mm-mm.
Smoochie, did you have a dream?
Yes.
All right. Wow. All right.
Tight-lipped about it.
Good dream, I take it?
Judging by the
No.
height of that loincloth.
I need to go.
What do you mean?
What?
I had a vision.
I think that's a dream.
This was a vision. I need to find Beldan.
What did you see?
We were... I assume I was with the Chaos Company, and we were fighting demons, and they kept... Every time I killed one, another one would pop up, and I heard Ember crying. I saw this opening. The ground broke open, and a giant red hand broke out and grabbed me. Massive hand. This wasn't a normal dream.
Probably means you shouldn't go towards that.
So we've got a few dreams with hands, a few dreams with fire, a few dreams with Mandoran.
One dream with Mandoran for sure. Maybe in yours, Mandoran. Mysterious guy in the forest.
Lots of robed, mysterious figures.
Gorbel had a hand in her dream.
Mm-hmm.
Hirstag's ring.
Which,
Ravens.
what the hell?
Ravens.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Guy on a throne with ravens.
Did anybody have spiders in their dreams?
No, but you know who can turn into a spider?
Me?
Were you... Hirstag, my little buddy, were you inadvertently fucking with our dreams?
Were you pranking us?
Can you do that?
I definitely can, but I wasn't last night.
Did you maybe have one too many good berries before bed?
I think that these...
I will say that this forest is very, very ancient, very
Fucky.
magical. Now, I didn't have dreams like this when I was young and living here, but there's many druidic ruins here. There's portals to the Feywild, many magical creatures here. And maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe it has something to do with being in close proximity to Leithandria. There's many.
Would she be inclined to try and give us visions to help us or anything?
Can you ask her if she gave us the visions?
I can.
Let's do that.
I will. I don't think that she would have, but there's a chance that she might know something. I'll talk to her.
So you approach Leothandria, rest your hand.
New tree who dis.
Rest your hand on the on her trunk, and you and you reach out.
Not that one.
Mentally, and you find it silent. Strangely, not empty. Almost, there's a presence there, but it's almost as if she's choosing not to say anything.
Did you piss her off?
I'll cast Speak with Plants
Okay.
with my staff.
All right.
Hey, Leothandria. It's me, Hirstag, again.
Your son.
Your son. We just had some really weird dreams last night, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
You hear no response, which is a very unsettling feeling.
Does the tree look healthy?
The tree looks perfectly normal. You can still feel the presence of Leothandria. That hasn't changed. But for some reason, you're not getting any response.
What's she saying?
Just give me a moment. I'm gonna try to roll for just to diagnose what the problem could be, maybe.
Plant doctor.
Arcana, nature.
Give me an Arcana check.
Give me a Dr. Quinn check.
Fuck.
8.
Yeah, you're unsure of what the issue is. Like I said, there's definitely a presence there, but
is he the only one that can do that?
I would say so. Yeah, he's got that connection to the tree.
Whoever gave it...
She's in there, but she's not talking.
Whoever
This is
gave us
strange.
these visions clearly has a motive. Like, all of our dreams basically took place in different areas. Like, somebody's either trying to split us up or prompt us into going there.
Yeah, is this a warning or a trap?
It could be.
Last we saw Jennifer, you said she was in the throne room, locked up in a glass prison or something.
She's in Deepminster. What was the place with that yellow door? I know I've seen that before.
Wasn't it in that shitty part of town? When we went there? When we were going through the slums or whatever? And we were like, that's weird looking. Did it look any worse than it normally did in the slums?
No. Do we remember anything else about that?
Just that very intense, unsettling sadness as you passed by it.
Did we not investigate it at all?
You didn't. You just.
Wow.
You guys were literally like, "That was weird."
That's what we did every time something like that happened, like
Because
with
we
the
always
statue.
had more pressing things.
No time to worry about that.
We'll come back.
Like
to
when you
it.
guys saw
And then
that
we
spire in the Gods Valley, you're like, "We'll come back to that."
Put a pin in it.
What spire?
Well, we've got some world-ending stuff to take care of. Anybody want to play a round of Gwent?
We need to decide where to go.
Well,
Well, we're not going to Willem's thing.
Underwater.
Not necessarily
guy.
because we
Please.
don't want to, but because we don't know where the fuck that is.
I don't want to go to there.
And the airship deal seems highly unlikely.
We know
But
there's airships in Deepminster. Maybe we could plan a course of action.
Okay.
We were talking about going to the Belderock. before any of this happened.
The bedrock. Yeah.
I still think that's a good idea because we're closer than we're going to be
I'm just
right
really
now than...
Yeah, if we go north to Shadeholme. Like, so what we want to do...
Well,
I just hope it's
yeah,
fast enough.
Shadeholme isn't that far from here.
That's close to here.
That's in the Blood Forest, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what are we
From
supposed to
here
do in
where we are
Shadeholme?
right now?
Shadeholme's pretty far
Yeah.
away.
I mean, it's
It's probably the farthest away because it's in the Blue Valley.
Okay, never mind.
but we're closer to it than
That's okay.
any other time. Like anywhere else we went.
Yeah, I really
Unless, yeah, never mind.
I really want to make my way back there. I'm just a little worried if that is actually a kind of true dream and home is in trouble.
Another thing
Well, if you need to make this decision...
I hope someone tells me this is that decision, Pinwin.
Yeah, like, maybe it'll show itself when the time comes
I
anyway.
really hope it's not starting now.
Another
I have no idea.
Can you contact your family, like, in any way? Do we have a spell that
I mean,
can
I've
reach
been
out
sending
to them?
them letters, and
I mean, a more definitive way to contact your family.
When have you had time to send letters?
when we're back at home, not enough.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Does anyone have a spell that can send a message over a great distance?
No.
Well, you guys should have picked one up. When leveling up, goddammit. Because it's totally a thing that exists.
Hey, remember when?
Okay, wow.
Right back at ya.
I just gotta... I can't pick up spells.
Are you honestly spell shaming me
Well,
right
you
now?
should totally Then you shouldn't have closed yourself off from taking spells when you leveled up.
You should close
You're
your
a total
mouth.
spell.
Shut your cock holster.
All right.
Just
Hey,
would have been
But
a
what's
really
the
good...
what
Let's
is the
just
deal
keep
with
our
all the
cool here.
ravens?
Ravens are bad. At least in a lot of cultures around here, they say they bring bad omens.
I've never had an issue.
Hirstag's
You know, if we-
sword.
if we
Hirstag's
had-
sword had
if
a
we-
raven on it, and it was necromancy magic, and it could turn people into fucking trees forever.
I've been trying to get a word in here for a while. So, another idea I have about these visions. There's a lot of druids in these forests. And there's the Circle of Dreams. Druids reside here. There is a chance that it could have been some kind of message from them. I think that I should try to get in contact with them.
Yeah, that sounds
How
great.
That'd be worth looking into.
How would they know about our own lives?
There's a lot of things that magic can do.
Well, if you can contact them, like, try and ring them up, and we're going to talk this over a little bit more.
You know what we
Okay.
should have done was when I kept saying, "Hey, can we call Mandoran?" We probably should have called Mandoran
Well, Hirstag...
because he probably
I was
would know
keeping
some stuff.
Calcifer busy.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have the ability to scry?
No.
Who would we scry on?
Mandoran.
Pinwin definitely asked you multiple times to scry a Mandoran, but
I
you were...
just said
I know.
I felt like
Are you
that was more
contacting?
important.
Are you contacting the druids or what? What's going
Give
on?
me a little bit here.
All right, skedaddle.
One
Here's what I
thing.
think.
One thing I'm wondering.
One thing.
This all seems like like a lot. I wonder if we're rushing this too much. If we want to take some time to prepare.
We all have people right now in potentially dire circumstances, and I don't think we should be resting on our laurels here. There's no reason to. Like, we want to stop Calcifer. We know where the phylacteries are. We just need to destroy them.
Yeah,
I
we're
agree.
We're a
What
little
if we're
far into this
not?
relationship.
What if we're not prepared enough? What if we can't?
How are we going to prepare more? Like, we're on a time crunch right now.
Talk to your dream people. Maybe they know a little bit more. Because I don't
Willem's
know. I just
climbing
don't
the
know.
nearest tree that looks climbable to look for eggs in a nest to cook because he's fucking hungry.
Okay, yeah, give me a survival.
You just die falling from a tree.
Now you're more
survival
prepared.
for climbing a tree?
No, climbing the tree is going to be fine with his level of acrobatics and stuff. He'll be fine to climb a tree. I'm saying to find the eggs.
Right on. That is a 26.
Okay, so you climb up one tree. You're not really seeing anything, but then from your vantage point, you do see a nest in another tree.
How close is that tree? Are there branches that are like close to each other?
I mean, if you could, not super close, you could definitely attempt to jump if you wanted to, but it'd probably be safer to climb down and climb up the other tree.
Well, with my arrogance and hunger, and because I have the spider shoes,
Okay.
I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna crouching tiger, hidden dragon across the branch.
Okay. I will have you give me an acrobatics check just for
fine.
that.
Is he
That's
breaking the
understandable.
rules of your force right now? Up there? Is he supposed to be doing that?
No, he's fine.
31.
Okay.
Everything's gotta
So
eat.
you guys watch as you see Willem up. You guys look up and you see as you say that, is he supposed to be doing that? And you guys watch him like spot something and then literally runs across a branch, jumps from the branch, makes like a 6 foot clear, and then lands on another branch that almost looks like it's gonna bend, but he runs forward and he grabs onto the main trunk, and you guys can see him like rifling through a nest.
I could have done that for you.
You have a mage hand.
You guys seemed like you had your hands full.
You an egg falls. Yeah, you're able to wrestle up about 3 medium-sized eggs.
Anybody else hungry?
We have a guy that can make berries that make us not hungry.
I'm so sick of berries. Variety, my friend. Variety.
It's the spice of life.
Have fun eating fucking random tree eggs.
I hope this tree did not birth these eggs. Hirstag, are these tree eggs? I'm spider walking down the tree.
I don't think so.
Thank God.
Yeah, they're brown eggs.
Somebody want to get a fire going?
How about you? You're the one who knows how to do that.
Nobody else can make a fire? All right.
Is there a place where you should be burning this that's not like hurting your land or whatever?
Just make sure not to set it underneath something that could ignite.
Understood. Only I can prevent forest fires.
And you do see some dead branches, like little small twigs and stuff. It'll probably be a smaller fire.
Okay.
Well, you
Yeah.
can create bonfire.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why
forgot
they
about
were.
that.
That's why they were. Why don't you make the fucking fire?
okay.
Oh, nobody else can fucking pitch in. Okay. Yeah. So I find a safe space away from any obvious tinder kindling and create bonfire.
And you create bonfire.
Excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking these eggs.
All right. Give me a. What did we decide that was for cooking?
It would be cooking utensils.
Yeah, but I mean like the skill check. I think we decided it was intelligence, or was it performance?
I think performance.
Yeah, give me a performance check.
Okay.
We should design a cooking skill though.
Yep.
21.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Good old.
I know these new dice are dope.
Yeah, you cook some pretty good looking eggs.
Great. Anybody like sunny side up?
I'm sure. I'm not gonna turn down an egg.
Pinwin? All right.
I think
need,
we
like, half
need
an
to
egg, maybe.
plan out where we're
I'm
going.
good.
I don't want to say anything takes more precedence. I just know that my power could be in the Belderock,
See,
and if I could get it back again, if we could light the forge, then that might help us with the other things.
and I agree with you because I feel like as pressing as my dream or vision or whatever it was is, I feel like that's almost a result of some of the things that we need to eliminate.
Not a will happen, a could happen.
Yes. So I feel like we need to take Father's advice. And I feel like we need to destroy those phylacteries.
Yeah, Pinwin doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, Pinwin's eating
saw
eggs or
your
whatever.
I dropped my fork.
Not my dad.
We didn't see like our biological dads. We We spent like a few hundred years with this old vine man, and
What?
you know,
When we were kids, we were trapped in another dimension and didn't remember that we were there.
I'm shoveling eggs into my
When
mouth
was
with my
this?
dagger.
When we were kids.
In the cave.
Yeah.
The cave we were just at.
And now my sister took his place.
The
and,
water?
The water cave, yep.
it was like
Yeah.
it was
She's
like a
trapped there
second
forever.
to you.
I
It
want to
was-
go to another plane.
It's
Well,
fucking
you would
great.
be there for like hundreds of years, so you know.
I missed out on another
Yeah.
plane.
No,
missed out.
now she's
Then
sitting on
it'd
the
be 6 planes.
throne of.
If you wanna-
She changed it to flowers. It was thorns.
If you want to go to another plane, we can find a
Wait, what?
Feywild portal.
Yeah.
What?
Thorn.
It wasn't
Throne.
thorns, was it? I thought it was vines.
Throne of vines.
Vines.
Thorns.
What?
Some of the vines had
Who?
thorns.
Some of the vines have thorns. No, none of flowers though.
Anyway, we
Is
call him
that where
father.
Pinwin went?
She
Yeah.
is in that plane now.
Now she's father
Thanks for bringing it up.
She's a father?
to us.
I think the problem is that we're using the word father.
Is she my father?
No.
No, you.
I start taking Pinwin's eggs back and scooping them back into my portion.
I'm gonna keep trying to like wrestle while making eye contact with them.
Hirstag, did you get a hold of the dream guys?
Not yet. I'm gonna go and meditate underneath Leithandria and begin to cast Commune with Nature.
Gotcha.
How long does that take?
10 minutes. 11 minutes.
She's not dead?
I don't know. Her soul is gone, though.
Why didn't you tell me this earlier? How long have we been together?
We've kind of had our hands full
since this
here.
has happened.
There was a siege, Pinwin.
Were we supposed to?
There was a fucking dragon.
Were we supposed to be like, "Excuse me, dragon, can you chill for a second? We need to tell Pinwin a story."
I mean,
We
you
need to
could
dredge
send
up-
it on
He's
the
gonna ask
slide.
way too
By the
many
way, Lewin's
questions.
your dad.
No, he's not. Okay, Lewin is not our dad. Father is something different. Like, oh my god.
They were like,
Can we see her?
No.
maybe,
No.
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Probably not.
That's so sad. I'm sorry, Willem.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
What?
It was her decision.
Lewin's body was walking around without a soul and without memory. Now that she is on Father's throne, she
like the
is
sounds of
able
that.
to actually have
Purpose.
exactly.
It was her decision.
So
it looked
is-
like she remembered when we were leaving.
I can't believe I missed that. I should have jumped harder into that pond.
Nobody knows if we can talk to her or not. Nobody's tried even. So
I see
I
it.
wouldn't rule it out.
Stamping out the fire, and I'm just kind of like,
That's so crazy. Okay, we can move on. Wow, that's sad, though.
Could it have been Lewin communicating with us?
Oh. Well, maybe. I
our
still
dreams.
don't know if I fully understand this whole situation because
I'd like to think that I
That's a
could
lot.
sense her presence, but now that you say that,
I mean,
Roll to
she's
sense
not.
presence.
She's not herself anymore. She's something else.
whoa, he doesn't sense a presence.
I actually go blind.
Mind blind.
Third eye blind.
5 experience.
How's it gonna be?
How far away are we from where Smoochie last saw Beldan?
Always. That's to the northeast, near Rose Lake. So, a ways.
So east.
Yes. But the north side of the continent. Oh, I guess you guys are in the north too, so yeah, east.
Having that map is really helpful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fucking great.
So, is Shadeholm by Bedrock?
Where's Bedrock?
She's talking about the Belderock. No, they're on completely
They
opposite
couldn't be
sides.
farther from each
Yeah,
other.
they're literally on opposite sides of the country.
The Belderock is far south of here, and I don't know if Hirstag.
Oh,
if you-
yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
have
it's complete
Hirstag
opposite.
talk with the people. Maybe
Well-
they can tell us where we're supposed to go first.
I have ways of teleporting us all in an instant across
Oh, right.
the plane.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
have
We'll be
true.
fine.
Do you have to have been there before?
No.
Okay.
Do you
Right.
remember all those times that I got us somewhere that I'd never been?
You had to scry on the place. Is someone in the place first to see a tree?
This is true.
We don't know anyone other than Romar who may be at that place.
And the farthest south you've gone, Hirstag, is in that direction would be Oakguard.
The fastest way to get...
I was talking about
Shadeholm?
Shadeholm. You could describe someone from your family. I could scry on them and then get us there if they're near any trees.
I mean, they're...
I hope they're okay.
But I'm trying to focus here.
Okay, while he's doing that, with what we know now, let's come up with our list of priorities.
Well, in my dream, you said the world was part of this decision thing. So whenever that happens, that might be important, but...
That seems like an endgame thing.
Yeah, I don't know when that is.
Well, we definitely know that we are trying to prevent the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to make sure my family's not dead, and that's really important to me.
If we go to the Soul Forge, we make the weapon that destroys the phylacteries.
And I feel like that is the first step we have to take in order to prevent these things and worse things from happening. So I mean, I'm open to input from you guys, but I think that we need to go to Belderock.
Depending on how far Hirstag has traveled south, the fastest way there would be taking the river, probably, all the way down to Red Arbor. So if we could get a boat or make a boat or something that can expedite us down the river.
It's too bad we don't have the gnomes.
I mean...
Maybe those Druid people know where a boat is. Know something about a boat.
Maybe we could make a raft really quickly.
A Buddha boat.
Eat your eggs, man.
They're gone.
I have conjure boat.
Look here.
Conjure flotation device.
I feel like you all have a much better grasp on what areas would be more important. I've kind of been outside this thing a little too long. Wherever you guys decide to go, I'm with you.
I mean, you were there when one father explained where the phylacteries were. We have two of them.
We have
Yeah,
one.
Really weird.
I feel like
You
if we
guys
don't-
say father.
If we don't do that first, then we're just going to be fighting fires along the way until the worst thing happens.
But what if we do that, and then because it takes so much time, then all the other bad stuff happens? We won't know.
I think maybe that's part of the choice.
Oh no.
But also, if we don't get there and we're just preventing these, like, few... Yes?
Does anyone have any wood carving tools?
Is that Smoochie?
That's Smoochie, yes.
I figured.
Sorry.
No, it's
No.
good. I just wanted to double check.
You mean like a knife?
I don't spend my time, like, whittling and shit, Smoochie.
I do.
Then shouldn't you have the
I
wood carving tool?
Don't have the tools on me, but I could probably, since I'm proficient with wood carving tools, I could probably fashion a raft. Probably. With my axe, if I chop down some wood and stuff.
Yeah. It would take a little while.
I feel like if we all worked together, we could make a raft.
All we would need are some...
thing. Maybe there's like a already built perfect ship.
Like I've spent time with gnomes, like who've built way advanced. Like we know we put together, we could come up with a raft on our own.
I've seen very simple rafts. Just get some damn logs and, like, tie them together.
A little bit closer.
Fuck you.
All right.
Sorry, I love you.
If you insist.
Guys, hide your eyes.
Also,
What
depending
happened?
on
Sorry.
what?
What happened to Hirstag's tree teleportation?
Yeah, if there's
idea?
a pre-made boat, I feel like we need to venture down.
Okay, to answer that question, right now we don't know how far south Hirstag has been. For us to find a tree. Like when he's done talking to these druids or whatever, well, maybe one of them has been farther south that can take us.
Can we daisy chain tree teleportation?
That'd be cool.
It's just a good idea to talk to the druids.
Well,
Yeah,
we could learn a lot.
that sounds
They could
good. If
help
there's
us.
anyone with information, that'd just be fantastic.
well, we're waiting on you, buddy.
Okay, so you guys wait
Okay.
wait a few more minutes. As you communicating with nature, you're able to see that the forest is oddly silent in the area that you're in, Hirstag, which is not typical at all. There are signs of life there, but they almost seem still, as if waiting for something. The rain obviously has not touched you guys in the forest, but it is raining now, and it's a nice summer rain. Seems that for the next 24 hours or so, it's probably going to be at least drizzling, raining off and on, gray skies. But you don't see any storms, just a summer rain. You don't detect the presence of anything weird, but you do detect the presence of one of the druids. A druid you've only interacted with a few times, named Dogthorn. And you remember Dogthorn, the last time you talked to him, you were a lot younger. And even by druid standards, he's a little strange.
It's the fucking gnome from Roundfoot Town with the stick power.
His name is Dogthorn.
Mm-hmm.
Dogthorn, Legthorn.
Now, he's a human. He's pretty short for a human, often mistaken for a dwarf. And he is very, very, very old. Like, nobody knows exactly how old he is, but he's very old. And so that's why they kind of suggest that maybe he's not all there. He's been one with nature for far too long.
And I would
He's
know
like
that he's probably very powerful then.
Yes.
Okay.
But you also know that he's very, very
senile.
Isolationist. He has not left the Midland Wilds in a very long time. You've never known him to have left.
And this spell allows me to track locations of people that I can see. Mm-hmm. Can I tell how far away he is?
He is in his hovel, one of his many hovels, in a tree, a large tree, down in the roots. He climbs down in there. He's got his own little den, and it's a pretty cramped space, but he's a small guy. But he's got some of his treasures in there. He just kind of is dwelling in there, and it seems like he's hard at work meditating.
But like, how far away is he?
Just almost to the edge of that 3-mile radius from where you're at, far to the east.
All right, I'm gonna try to communicate with him.
All right. You can hear like a...
Hey, Dogthorn.
Ah, shit!
Hey, man.
Who's
Been
there?
a long time.
Who is that?
Are you not, can you not see me? Close your eyes.
Close eyes. Oh, no, you just that little dwarf. What are you doing?
You remember me? Hirstag.
Yeah, you're Cog's boy.
Yeah. How you doing?
Well, I was doing all right until you got in my head with the talking.
Well, hey, you know this is how we communicate around here.
Rude is all I know.
Sorry to disturb you. Did you happen to catch a glimpse of that massive forest fire that was going on like a day ago, 2 days ago?
What? Forest fire? I don't remember forest fire.
Isn't it your job to watch over these lands? Why was the entire forest, including Leothandria, engulfed in flames?
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping. Okay, well, we can talk about that later.
The flames are out now.
So I'm traveling with a group of heroes.
Good for you.
And,
Brag
I was
about it,
wondering
maybe.
if we could meet up with you and kind of talk to you about some things, get some information.
I'd prefer not.
We can let you know about what we've seen. You can let us know about what you've seen.
Why don't you just tell me right now what you've seen?
Oh boy. I'd rather my whole group be able to.
And I don't want to meet a group of people.
It'll be worth it.
Not to me, it won't.
Dogthorn. Come on, man. You've been living in. Just hopping from shack to shack for so long, trying to avoid everybody.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the solitude.
We're on a epic quest to save the world.
That's
This is
not my
your
concern.
chance
I ain't trying to save no world.
Oh, God. All right, I'm coming to you, man.
Not, you better not.
I'm coming.
You better not.
You better be ready.
I'll be ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna be ready. You,
We are gonna have some words.
No, you wouldn't. We have no words except these words.
We're gonna have some words.
Nah, you.
All right, I'll see you in a
You're
bit.
gonna have some magic
Bye.
in your face.
Also, I hang up the phone. Also, can I learn about any... So 2 other things on the list. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
Yes.
That's one of the options.
Okay. Which, what do you want to know about?
I would like to know about any minerals and any groups of people, if I can tell where they are in the...
Yeah, you don't see any groups of people. Like I said, it's oddly quiet. The only people you see are you guys and Dogthorn. You know this area very, very well, so you're familiar with the types of flora and fauna that are usually present, and nothing seems out of place. Are you looking for something specific?
Minerals?
And just the standard fare. Is there something specific you're looking for that you would probably already know about?
Jade. Are there any veins of jade?
There are no veins of jade that you can discern.
Fuck. Okay.
Remember when Seth told us we can't do any annoying voices on the podcast?
That's the one.
I remember.
Remember the last session when he said that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so annoying, guys.
Any
That sucked.
Come near me. Funny.
Yeah.
any powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead within 3 miles?
Within 3 miles?
And that was including for the Jade, too, within 3 miles.
The only... I guess this would still technically fall under the 3 mile radius. The only thing that you sense that's not with you guys or Dogthorn is you sense the presence of Fennec still in the village of Moonreach.
He's showing up as undead.
Sort of. You would get an undead sort of vibe from him, but there's something else there. Kind of like there's something not right.
It's just not even on the meter.
It's got 1 foot in the undead meter.
Okay, guys.
Useful information?
Do they have a boat?
Kinda.
You seem agitated.
The only... this guy really pisses me off. So I did find one of them. His name is Dogthorn, and he's, wow, he's weird. He doesn't want to talk, but I know where he is. So find him.
Go to his house.
How far away is it?
It's within 3 miles. It's not that bad.
Does he seem like he would matter or know anything important?
This guy
Your pause gives me pause.
Okay, so he's really kooky, but he's one of the oldest druids in the area that I know of. And very, very powerful. There is a good chance that he could help us out in some way. Even if it's just teleporting us somewhere that we need to go.
What do you guys think? I don't want to interrupt what you all are doing.
I mean, that sounds good. It seems like if we could teleport somewhere without having to use our group's energy, that just seems like a good idea.
Yeah. But there's countless other things that he could be helpful with. He won't be... He'll be difficult. But I think with our group here, we could...
Bad cop him?
That... I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Just fucking hate this dude.
Yeah, I'll be a bad cop. Or, just try to bribe him or something. I mean, there's got to be something that he needs.
Well, if no one gives a shit, then let's go.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I really wish it wouldn't have been him, but he was the only one in the area.
Let's mosey.
All right. It's this way.
Okay, so you guys start heading in that direction. And you notice, you all can now notice this, it's a very quiet forest. Way different than the first time you guys were here. At one point, you pass by some, a couple of, hawks sitting in trees. But they're just staring at you guys.
Where are my eggs?
My babies.
Yeah, you can make more.
But yeah, you guys continue on. And Hirstag, you get a general feeling of this is just strange. It doesn't seem nefarious. You don't get a bad vibe. It's just a very strange thing for the forest to be so quiet. And you guys move on. You pass through a few small druidic spots, like ritual spots. And eventually, you get to within a quarter mile of his hovel, Dogthorn's hovel. And you can see that the trees are very, very dense here, and it becomes a little bit more difficult to pass through easily. But you guys are adventurers. You think a normal person would probably get completely trapped and lost here, but with Hirstag as your guide, you're not having too difficult of a time. You get a bit closer, and you can see this large tree with huge roots. Not as big as Leothandria, just an older tree with large roots. And you guys can all now see, standing in front of it, is this short human with a massive tangle of gray-brown beard and hair, almost completely obscuring his face, except his very, very bright green eyes. Yeah, and he's standing there, and you guys can see that his eyes look angry. He looks like he's not happy with being disturbed.
Get!
He yells.
All right.
Don't you take a step closer.
You just be calm, all right?
Don't you even come close.
Come
you stay
on,
right
man.
there.
You know I'm from this land.
You stay right there. They're not.
You know this guy?
They're with me, okay?
You stay right there. Right there.
Don't point at me.
I'm pointing. This is my forest.
This is not your forest.
It's mine.
This is your part here. You were supposed to be protecting it. It was on fire. Anyway.
The fire's gone now.
No thanks to you.
I did that.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. You would have probably burned up in your sleep.
Good. I'll be happy to.
Will you stop antagonizing?
Sorry, he just pisses me off.
Just
okay.
Like your little stubby face.
All right, man. We gotta. I know we haven't gotten along in the past. You don't get along with a lot of people.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's everyone else.
Yeah, everybody's always traipsing through my property.
I hear you, man.
Is he wearing bib overalls with one unclipped and a bottle of moonshine behind
No,
him?
he's wearing super, super ratty robes that would put Hirstags to shame. Like, they're thin. There's a lot of
Burlap
exposed
sack.
skin.
Lots of bird shit.
Why is it there, you might wonder? Because it's not doing anything for warmth or to guard his modesty.
Dwarven dangle.
All right. We just have a few questions. I'll be out of your hair in no time, okay? I'm sorry for being so difficult. This is just really important stuff.
Give me persuasion.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
He got it.
Okay.
That's 18
Okay.
plus 0.
What were you gonna do to try to help?
I was just gonna help and give him advantage.
Oh, gotcha. So he pauses.
What are y'all doing here?
Well,
Why are you bothering me? You know what you're doing. Why don't you go talk to Cog or Galode?
have you seen him?
No.
This guy seems out of touch, Hirstag. Like, he doesn't seem to know what the hell's
Can
going
at
on.
least help us
His
get somewhere.
junk is hanging out.
I'm sorry. Okay.
What do you actually want from him? He's not going to give us information.
I want to at least ask him. All right. So you haven't seen or heard from Cog or Glode in how long?
I don't know. Probably last time I talked to you.
Wow, a long time ago. Do you have any idea about anything shady going on in the forest? Any demons? Any weird happenings going on?
I don't know. It's finally quiet, so I can get some rest.
It's strange how quiet it is, isn't it?
Maybe for you.
You have any idea why it's so quiet?
It seems like the forest is taking a breath.
This guy is stupid.
Ask your questions and get out of here.
All right, I'm just gonna be real quick. Can you help us in any way? We're on this quest. We're fighting this Calcifer
Can you
guy.
get us to the Belderock very quickly?
Belderock? I can't get you to the Belderock. I've never been to the Belderock. I stay away from that place. Maybe I could help you. You trying to get away from here?
What do you want?
What do you have to offer?
I don't know what
Saving the world?
I don't care about that.
Can I tell what sort of bullshit he would want by his house or
Give me
his
an
appearance?
insight check.
$28.
28. I mean, he definitely likes his alone time. He doesn't like to be bothered. He said it, it's very quiet now. He said it's very quiet now, so maybe he definitely likes silence.
I
or
could
hermitude.
puncture your eardrums.
He just kind of looks at you very, confused.
Willem nods approvingly.
Do you like Moonstone? Check this out. And I pull out one of the Moonstones I got from the party tunnel.
Where'd you get that moonstone?
Found it.
How much you got?
I got like a handful.
We never say.
What?
Don't give it to him yet.
What is it? What does it taste like?
Real good.
I don't know. Never tried it. But it might make your belly grow or glow inside.
Have you ever been anywhere near the Beldarok?
I've been near. I've been all over the place. I steered clear of Beldarok, though. That was a long time ago.
What's the closest you've been?
Not too far from it. Maybe 100 miles from it.
I mean, that's a lot closer than here.
That's true.
So can you get us there?
That's a mighty distance. Might need a little bit more than that moonstone. We're bargaining now, in case you weren't aware.
Do you
Usually you request something.
Just tell me what you got to offer.
Do you like music?
Life.
I don't like music at all.
All right, I might not be able to help.
These incessant birds always twittering all over the place, just chip, 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 never shutting up.
Could we make some earmuffs?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
You like
Earmuffs.
diamonds?
What do I need diamonds for? You can't eat diamonds.
For casting spells, you can try to eat a diamond.
I've tried. I can't eat it.
Oh.
Is there anything around we could use as materials to make earmuffs?
Surely. Maybe. Give me a perception check.
Is there like a cottonwood tree around or something?
Not many cottonwood trees here.
29.
29. You could maybe fashion, some earmuffs out of leaves, maybe. There's a lot of leaves, a lot of grass, a lot of twigs, a lot of flowers around. You can maybe fashion something together, but probably wouldn't be too sturdy.
Okay, that's okay. Doesn't have to last forever, just enough to convince him.
Hirstag, can you communicate with him, like, through your minds or through nature? Do you have to use words to communicate with him?
Well, that would take another 11 minutes for me to cast that spell again.
Is there any other way that you could communicate with him telepathically?
Not telepathically.
Would anybody be able to speak with him, not audibly, but...
We could.
Yeah.
Why, though? What is your idea?
I'll just make him deaf.
What?
I mean, I already offered it.
Without physical harm.
I'll try to make the earmuffs. Let's see if that works out first. Slightly less drastic. And then if that doesn't work.
Survival?
Yeah.
To look for the things?
31.
31. Okay, yeah, you gather some grass and stuff together.
What are you doing over there? Stop messing with my stuff.
Try to put these on your
Stop
ears.
it. I don't want that.
Just try.
Stop messing with my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. You put it right back.
You don't like sounds, right?
Yeah.
Then this will help. Try it.
How is you messing around with my grass going to help me?
I'm going to put it on his ears.
You get away from me. I'll take...
Like, the minute you start walking towards him, he's like... You can see, like, plants starting to come up and vines start coming towards you, Pinwin. He's not going to let you get in a close distance.
Willem casts deafness on him.
That's
Okay.
only going to last till it's done, right?
Lasts for a minute.
And he won't be able to respond to us or...
What's the save?
Constitution 19.
He does not save.
Okay. He is deaf.
So all of a sudden you just see him like... I mean, like, he slowly starts to smile.
I'll cast message. Is that enough?
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's kind of nice. How long does this last for?
How long does it last for?
Until
Insert lie here.
you get us as close to the Beldarok as you can, and I'll let you know.
you get us as closest to the Belderock as you can, and then we'll let you know when it runs
roll
out.
persuasion, since you're the one telling him.
But it's got to be quick. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I keep hitting spells instead of... 27?
He kind of seems to be considering it.
You guys got anything to eat?
Some leftover eggs.
Do we have any?
Who's he?
I can make some good berries for you.
He can only hear.
Yeah, he can only
He can't
hear
hear
me.
us.
Yeah, it's just the message thing.
Assume I will to condense it. Anything you guys
Okay.
are saying, Pinwin's telling
relaying.
him.
Okay.
We have rations.
Do we have any more egg?
I mean, you're a druid. You can make berries. I don't
want berries.
I offer him leftover eggs.
He kind of looks at it with disgust.
He's picky for someone with
I offer him some
really tattered clothes.
rations from my pouch.
Curls his nose at you guys. He kind of responds back to you, Pinwin.
If you guys got nothing worth eating, I mean, I don't think I can help you.
Tell him
How
that
about this?
if he doesn't transport us as close to the Belderock as he can, then I'm just going to end the spell.
Yeah.
I
I mean, we don't need you to be deaf then. We'll just make you have all that noisy sound back, and then I'm going to take these headphones.
Be hasty. Does I use a lot of, power for me to do this? You gotta give me some additional resources. It's hungry business.
Have you ever... Do you like liquor? I've got some very rare, very good liquor here.
What's it called?
It's made by a guy named Let. He's from Rothia. You don't get very many things imported out here.
He looks over at you, Hirstag, where you're motioning. Obviously Pinwin said that, but you see this tendril of a vine kind of slither up and wrap around the handle of the vessel, and then slowly take it away from you and slide it back over. He pops open the top and
Okay, all right, you guys got yourself a deal.
he pops the top back in.
All right, so you're trying to get close to the Belderock, huh? All right, let's see here.
Is there anything else before we go? Do you know anything?
Anymore,
What?
Is there any other ways you can help us at all besides?
What are you trying to know?
I mean, we had
Do you
some
want
pretty
him to
crazy
jerk you
dreams.
off?
Do you know
Let's
anything
get outta
about our
here.
dreams?
Dreams?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, no.
It's going to wear
What do you
off,
need
and
to-
he's going to tell us to fuck off.
We had some bad dreams when we were sleeping here in the forest, and we were wondering if you had any idea where that came from. They felt like premonitions, visions of some kind.
He seems to consider that.
Well,
He licks his finger. He sticks it in the air, closes his eyes. And then he refers back to you, Pinwin, as you're the translator here.
well, there's definitely something. That didn't come from the forest. That didn't come from here. If you're having dreams, I would have probably got them too, but I didn't get any dreams. I would say if you were all receiving dreams, then it's probably somebody targeting you specifically. You must have pissed someone off something fierce then.
Can we triangulate the signals first?
Well, I definitely sense something. Seem to be coming from the east.
What's
I'd reckon that that's where your mysterious dream person. That's where that came from.
Can you locate a person? Like, fast?
Not quickly, no. And not for free.
probably came, whoever it is, they're probably near or with the phylactery in Deepminster.
I just feel like it's Mandoran, and I don't think he'd hang out with a phylactery. He's
that to
probably
the
just
east?
on another tour. He's a busy guy.
Is
Yeah,
Deepminster
it is.
to the east?
Living the double life as the janitor.
Well, he was living in Deepminster, so it could be from the Ziggurat. It could be from Deepminster.
I wish I could scrap.
We have a plan.
Let's stick
Let's
to
just get out of here.
it. Please.
This guy sucks.
I was just hoping for more. He's really old. Seen a lot. All right.
So yeah, he walks back into his hovel for a second and comes back out. He's like,
Well, whenever you guys are ready. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Unless you have any other wisdom to let us know.
Oh my god, this guy sucks.
and he just kind of furrows his brow at you, Pinwin, and he starts walking to the other side of his tree, and he seems to be preparing for something. And at that moment, you guys hear the forest kind of come alive all of a sudden. It's almost as if all the sound that was missing suddenly comes back in. You can hear birds, you can hear movement, and as you guys are standing there, you can see that there is a ton of movement in the forest coming right towards you, slowly. Doesn't seem to be, you don't sense anything ominous, but slowly into the clearing you guys see a bunch of deer emerge from the trees. Birds kind of flutter in and perch. Hawks and crows and pigeons and all sorts of different kinds of birds gather in the branches. You guys can see squirrels and everything. You can see that there are some rabbits. There's no real predatory things other than the birds that come out, but they all kind of come and cluster around you guys in a circle. And Dogthorn doesn't even seem to notice. He seems busy with his ritual.
Hirstag, is this normal?
And then you hear like a... And this massive stag steps out from the woods. And in its mouth, it's holding this large staff. And it slowly steps towards you guys and stops right in front of you, Hirstag. And it drops the staff to the ground. And then its head looks up at you, and right in your eyes, and the stag speaks. And it says, "This is for you."
Did we hear the stag speak?
Yes. You guys all hear the
What
stag
the
speak.
fuck?
Who are you?
This
That's exactly
is-
what I would have asked.
our gift to you. This staff is special. You have protected this forest for so long, and we sense that you may not return for a very long time. So take this with you.
Well,
And you can see as you look at it that it's made up of bits of Leothandria's branches. You can see that there's weaved leaves and moss all through this thing. And in the back of your mind, you remember like an old druidic tale about one of the druids that used to live in the Midland Wilds had a staff, and it was quite powerful. And it hasn't been seen for a very long time.
Do I remember the name of the druid at all?
You don't. His name has been lost to time.
are you a druid?
I've ceased to be anything that would make sense on this plane. But yes, at one time, I was a druid.
But yeah.
But yeah, I totally love pizza rolls.
Well, thank you.
Take this remember the Midland Wilds and return.
I will return.
And then he turns and heads back in the forest, and the rest of the animals recede and disperse. And the forest sounds return to normal.
Normal, or like
Normal,
the quiet normal?
Normal.
Oh.
Did you guys heard that stag talking?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that was really weird.
Yes.
Maybe we should have asked him for
He seemed a lot
wisdom.
wiser than this guy.
I was just kind of shaken by it. Yeah, we
Right?
should have talked to him
Yeah.
more.
So is that your staff now?
I mean, I
Her
guess.
staff?
I had no idea there were so many characters here.
Yeah, it's a
Like
cool place.
I honestly just thought it was forest and like a couple of hermits.
I mean, there's a few hermits, but there's some ruins and portals and creatures and all kinds of cool stuff here.
Yeah, I'm like honestly impressed.
But come back here sometime.
No. I mean, I'm not, I'm not
I mean, let's not get
exactly
hasty.
like an outdoorsy person, so I'm good. But I'm impressed. Anyway, let's go.
And Hirstag, are you going to pick the staff up?
No. Yeah, I will.
Okay. As you pick it up, you feel
was
like
gonna
this
stab you.
sense of rightness, and you feel an immediate connection to Leothandria again. And you feel that as though even if you leave the forest with this staff, you're still going to be sort of connected to it. And you have received the Staff of the Woodlands.
Nice. Got motherfucking Zunheit.
Are you guys ready to go or what?
Oh, for the love of God, yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to just draw this real quick here.
And you guys watch as he draws this massive circle on the side of this tree, as if drawing this big round door. And then he grabs it and he opens it up for you guys, and you guys can see the entire like swirling vortex inside of the portal. Something you're accustomed to with Hirstag.
Well, get in. You don't have to worry about time limits, but I'm going to get bored waiting for you.
I'm gonna walk towards the gate, and as I do, I toss him the moonstone.
Yeah.
He catches it.
Thank you.
Have fun with that, and then I hop in.
Wish I could say it was nice to meet you. Hop through.
Well, thank you, Dogthorn. Appreciate it. I'll hop through.
Thanks, and maybe get some new clothes. And I hop through.
I'll grab Shadow. Thank you. Bye. And then I'll hop through.
Smoozog and Zyko are going to also hop through. Smoozog gonna say anything to him?
Is he gonna hop through, though?
Is he? Zyko hops through.
That is shitty.
That is shitty. You're Irish goodbying us? How could you?
Smoozog stays behind.
And
Wow.
the door closes. Smoozog stays behind. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Motherfucker.
Road. Smoochie didn't make it through, you guys. We have to go back.
Oh shit, Smoochie's dead. He didn't make it.
That surprised me.
So you just don't care about the world ending. That's cool. Whatever.
Pinwin's offended. All right.
Just gonna Iowa goodbye.
All right. So, yeah. Let's give you guys some experience points here.
Ooh.
Some heavy plot here.
What is that?
Game show music.
Which
Price is
one?
Right.
Price is Right. I loved watching that with my grandma.
All right, everyone, you are going to each take 2,500 experience points.
Whee!
I think Pinwin's going to level up.
Yep.
Are you 18 now?
Yep.
God damn.
2,500?
Yep. Okay. What else do you guys deserve experience for?
That sick burn I just gave Mika.
It was stupid.
Didn't affect her at all.
So
yeah, I'm
Tomas
gonna,
gets 5,000
yeah,
experience.
you can level up as a douchebag in real life.
Level 69 douche.
Nice.
Blaze it.
For
I think Hirstag.
trying to contact the druids, trying to learn some stuff from that guy.
Yeah, for taking it in an interesting direction, 100 experience points.
Yeah.
For
We
training.
didn't even bad cop you. Like, really were sweet and understanding with him all of a sudden. That was nice.
How about interjecting and preventing another way long conversation by just getting to the point of the whole matter?
You can have 100 for that.
Thanks.
I honestly don't feel like a ton happened that warrants like a lot of extra experience.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, that's probably like
Yeah, you can.
shitty to
you can have
everybody.
50
Like,
for cooking
sorry
breakfast.
guys, no experience for you. I don't think you deserve it.
Pinwin for trying to make those earmuffs.
50 experience for that attempt. Yep.
And
The message.
Willow.
Oh yeah, you can have another 50 for that. That was pretty good. 50 for the Moonstone, Tomar.
Moonshine.
And for the Let's Liquor.
Let's Liquor. That's another 50.
Casting deafness.
That's what you just gave me 50 for.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yep.
I mean, that's this wasn't a very heavy episode.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
You went
Yeah.
and looked for eggs.
I already gave him 50
Yeah, you gave me
for
50.
that was like general egg cooking, all that stuff. Anything else?
Nah, not really.
Okay, let's get down to the MVPC. That's right, most valuable playing character. So, let's we didn't change this one, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Did we?
everything's changing.
One.
yeah,
okay.
so now you
Three,
have to
4,
completely
5.
redo it.
Okay, so now Tomar is 1, Hirstag's 2, Willem is 3, Pinwin is 4, and Gorbel, you are 5.
I hate that number.
Anyway, so you're going to vote for who the most valuable player character is, and I'll give you a few seconds to decide, and then I'll count to 3 and you'll vote. 1, 2, 3, vote!
Not ready.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter.
Just
You won.
Just pick one. Yeah.
3.
Thanks.
Oh. Yeah, he did a couple things.
Okay, so, I mean, it's pretty close. Okay, yeah, give me why
It
you
can't
voted
be
for,
unanimous,
yeah,
just
Willem.
by the mechanics.
Well, I was raising my fingers just randomly, but
sick.
yeah, I was thinking of Willem because he was like looking for eggs, trying to, I don't know. That was like a role play thing.
Yeah,
Didn't feel
that's
like
good.
having any good berries.
Character, yeah.
And yeah,
Okay, cool.
also the deafness thing was cool.
Oh, also, I'm going to give you, you guys all are going to get an extra 150 experience for deciding to come up with a plan. I forgot about that part. To actually like get down to brass tacks and figure out which order of business you were going to tackle first.
Willem should probably get some extra for just regurgitating what Tomar and I decided and saying it was his own.
No, everybody gets 150.
Thanks, Willem, for mansplaining that to us. Elf-splaining it to us.
Elf-splaining.
Half elf splaining.
Half-elf planning.
You bigot ass bitch.
You can have 20 for elf-splaining, and you can have 5 for half-elf-splaining.
Thank you.
In addition to the 150. All right, so Tomar, why'd you vote for Hirstag?
He did the stuff. Nobody else did stuff.
Yeah.
Willem, same.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty much it all hinged on Hirstag.
Pinwin?
Yep. He
Hingestag.
was able to talk to someone and get us, try to get us more information. At least teleport us. So that's important.
Gorbel?
Yeah, this was his area and this was his time to shine, and he took advantage of what he knew about his home and the people there.
All right.
He did stuff.
He did stuff. He did
basically, I
the damn
guess,
thing.
Yeah, we boil it down. He did stuff.
All right, that makes Hirstag's tonight's MVPC.
Woo!
Take your 500 experience points and na-na-na-na-na.
In a tree.
In a tree.
and put it in your butt.
If you want.
Even if you don't want.
I'm going to give an additional
8,000 to me.
500 experience points to Smoozog, though, because that surprised the shit out of me.
Because of the dem balls.
That was a cold ass move.
That was real rude.
It was just
Dem ice cold
Like,
balls.
at least yell it out so we don't think that we forgot him or something. Boy!
That's not how he
Simple
rolls.
boy.
Nope.
God, so
I just love that. Is he going to though?
so selfish.
All right, so yeah, let's we'll see what happens in the next episode. It should be really interesting.
Episode 50.
Episode 50. That's a milestone right there.
We're
Okay.
just in that shitty episode before the episode 50.
The penultimate.
We're just in limbo right
It was a
now.
Hirstag episode. That was good.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
I know what I said.
Level 70 douche. You're just racking up points.
So yeah, you guys will have to check us out next week and see how things get resolved here. In the meantime, like and subscribe to our social media. Check us out on Patreon. Shout out to Chad Piper for the intro song, Adrian Von Ziegler for the background music, and shout out to all of you listeners. Thanks for checking us out so often, and we love you. Is there any other order of business that I should mention before I sign off?
He doesn't speak for all of us.
I do. It's a blanket statement.
The beliefs and
We
views of Seth
love
McDuffie do not
you.
reflect those of the D20 Syndicate as a whole.
But we love you.
Love you.
And if you're listening to this at Gen Con,
Yeah.
while Gen Con's going on,
If you're listening to this while you're at Gen Con, you have fucked up.
Yeah,
you need
get
to go back
outside,
and
yeah.
have fun.
if you're listening to this on your way to Gen Con,
Yeah, you could also be doing that. We 100% support that. So
I would say you should have got the 4-day badge, but have fun still.
Won't
Thank
this
you for
episode-
listening.
it'll be in
Won't
the
this
morning
episode come out after we've been at Gen Con?
This will come out
during.
the day that Gen Con starts.
Oh.
Thursday.
So that works out.
Yep. They could be in the morning driving there,
Yeah.
like we
Like
will
we will be. We're going to be driving 7 hours just to go to Gen Con.
Don't
So,
sound
yeah.
so excited.
So if you guys are on your way to Gen Con, you can come say hi. Not with knives though, or guns. But yeah, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for listening to the D20 Syndicate podcast, where we go on adventures so you don't have to. Goodbye.
Hi, knives.
Weird.
If people paid me to show them my body, I'd probably do it. That's
Smell like
I don't like
nasty.
it when people can't figure out like the flow of things and they're just like,
I don't like
that makes me just want to be like,
On the plus
or like when people are walking and then they suddenly stop and
a
start
cliff.
talking. That
I'd be
shit
one
is
of those
what I
people
hate.
you
That's
shove.
it. Bathroom's there, stupid.
Get out of the way, you fucking loser.
Got like a black eye. Appreciate it.
Just gotta stick together.
And if somebody goes down, you just leave them behind.
We just hold hands in a circle as we walk
Elisha
everywhere.
gets pushed because of the bathroom and we're just running.
Oh shit, they're coming!
He's down.
Guys, I said please don't murder us on the podcast. So.
Yeah, we said please. They're not going to murder us.
My man's.
No, I think this one will air while we're at Gen Con.
Are you
All
recording?
right, guys, we're at Gen Con.
Tomas, have you been
I've been recording
What if we
since Seth's
actually
story
get
started.
murdered
Oh, damn.
at Gen Con?
Then our podcast would be super successful.
Yeah.
At least the
carry
first
on.
48
At least
episodes.
the podcast succeeds.
don't worry.
You're just pretending to be everyone.
It's just me, and I'm doing everybody's voice.
And you, for some reason, you run back and
Yes.
forth to the different mics and everything.
Yes, I do.
Just out of breath and sweaty the entire time.
Absolutely.
Like Plankton and the harmonica.
Yeah, I love that.
That's my favorite.
He just looks panicked.
Is that the same episode where Patrick is like,
it's where they
"Is
have the band."
mayonnaise an
The band,
instrument?
Yeah.
That's
I think I'm the
love
only
that one.
person that never watched SpongeBob.
you really missed
I never
out.
did.
Yeah.
It's because
I watched it after the fact once the kids started watching it.
That's
Kids-
what I
And then
did.
I was like, holy
7
shit, some of
years
this is
younger
really funny.
brother
Oh, gotcha.
And a younger
3 little
person.
brothers.
Yeah.
I also, when I babysat kids, I wasn't like a good babysitter that did crafts. I was like, let's watch SpongeBob, kid. That's what they like. They do. They
It started
didn't
off
complain.
like begrudgingly, like, oh, my little brother likes that show, I have to watch
Right.
it. But then I was like, wait, this is actually really fucking funny.
when you like,
I didn't
develop-
like it because first of all, I didn't have cable. Second of all, when it was on, if I was watching it was because I was at my grandma's house and I hated being at my grandma's house. So anything I watched at my grandma's house gave me this awful feeling. My grandma
okay.
Russell, not my grandma McDuffie.
Sure.
But I was just like, I hate being here. I can't wait to leave. So something would be on, like they'd turn it on like Nickelodeon or something like that, and it'd be like Hey Arnold or something. I'm like, I hate this. I didn't like Hey Arnold. I didn't like
Love Hey Arnold.
like SpongeBob. Anything in that like time frame.
Yep. That sucks.
Angry Beavers.
Didn't really like. the
Wasn't a huge Angry
I
Beavers
wasn't.
fan.
Yeah.
It wasn't my
I liked it.
favorite, but
I liked how they
Or-
talk to each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the
I mean, they were
concept of
fun.
a lot of the stuff, but yeah, I never. There were a few of them that I didn't get into. Cat Dog, never.
Cat
got
Dog
into it.
sucked.
Doug.
I
Yeah.
love.
That was, like, my
I love the
fucking
concept
favorite.
because mostly I was just like,
How
do they move?
Have you gone back to
I just
Doug,
liked-
though? Doug
Yeah.
sucks now.
no. Wait, is it still on?
No, I just watched some of the old episodes and I'm
Oh,
like, this
why did it
show's
suck?
stupid. No, it's
Yeah.
just dumb and lame.
No, the thing with younger siblings,
Dumb and lame,
though,
fuck you.
is like,
Fuck you.
there's a funny thing that happens because you're gonna have to watch some shows with them, so you have like a hierarchy of shows that are like more
Tolerable.
preferred, more tolerable,
Yeah.
Sure.
and some where you're like, you're not watching this with
What
me.
was that fucking like? What was the dragon show? Like it wasn't
Dragon
Imagine
Tales.
Dragon Tales.
Fuck that
Dragon
show.
Tales?
Yeah, my little sister enjoyed Dragon Tales.
I watched it.
thought it was stupid. I hated that like that dumb talking fat dragon.
Seth Meyers. He does a segment where his like youngest writer, who's like in her early 20s or mid 20s or something, he'll come on and like show her stuff from the 90s or the 80s and stuff. And like, do you know what this is? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And then they'll flip it and she'll do it to him. And she had a picture of Dragon Tales and she's like, do you know what this is? And he's like, looks like a dragon tune. And she's like, you're actually really close. It's Dragon Tales. And blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about it. And she's like, it was on PBS. And he's like, oh, so it was a bad cartoon. And she's like, no. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, like, it was probably like kind of educational. So
Were you
Had
guys
to edit the
Wishbone?
most.
Wishbone fucking
Yeah.
I
rules.
loved Wishbone.
Luna looks like Wishbone.
Oh, she kind of does. And Wishbone, like, I feel like that's what made me more of an avid reader because I learned things from Wishbone, and then I was like, well, shit, now
Like
I
how
have
to
to,
read.
like...
I have to be smarter than this dog.
Well, not that, but people, like, started assuming that I knew stuff or that I was well-read, and I was like, well, I guess I'm better, like,
Keep up with
actually be.
appearances.
In case they start asking me a
Feel
question.
that.
We watch.
You hear that, folks?
We watched
Michaela can
Wishbone in
actually read,
school.
unlike her character.
Hey, it's never been confirmed that Gorbel can't read.
It's not her fault she can't read.
The education system has failed Gorbel.
Just like when
Is
you have to
there
keep up
one?
appearances with stuff like that in certain circles. So like if anybody mentions one of the three, like German or Russian, like novelists, like Nietzsche, or Kafka, or you have to like Dostoevsky, like, oh yeah, I know stuff. War and Peace.
Did you know he wrote War
Crime and Punishment? Yeah.
Tolstoy wrote War and Peace. You guys know that? Yeah. Bet you didn't. I
Bet
do.
you didn't.
I hated the segments of Wishbone that involved Joe, though. He was such a loser.
Was that
Which
the
one
kid?
was that his owner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Any
With that
like,
fucking tire swing and a stupid mom.
oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
His
no,
daddy
his family.
Your memory's so good.
His
Wasn't
whole
he
family.
dead?
Yeah, it was an issue.
It was an issue. No,
I'm
like any
sorry.
B storyline with the family, I was always just
Yeah.
like, oh man, I am so tuning out of this.
Yeah.
Get back to the dog actor. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
He's wearing a hat.
Like kids shows, 90s kids show families, I feel like really fucked me up as far as like expectations of home life and what life could or should be. Ugh. That's a whole other,
Rugrats
that's a
did
whole
pretty
other
good.
episode. Let's start doing a podcast. We're gonna do some
Rugrats was actually pretty realistic.
Yeah, they did
Some of
pretty
them
good.
some of them were unconventional and stuff.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't realize till like way later, like, oh,
I didn't get to
Yeah.
watch a
mom
lot of
died.
Rugrats.
Oh, I was obsessed.
Chucky's
But you
dad's
watched
a
Doug?
bastard.
Poser.
Well, I didn't have cable growing up.
But you
so
watched Doug. It's on the same channel.
I was able to watch it at my grandparents' house when
Like
I
you
went there.
bootlegged Doug just to just to get some of the Doug
But I
action.
mean, Doug had Killer Tofu, right?
Ooh, killer tofu.
That was in like one of the first episodes.
That's true.
Also, banging on a trash can.
That was like the second episode.
Seth
Pounding
looks like
on a
Roger
street light.
from when he had his really ridiculous haircut that was like super short on the sides, and he would wear his leather jacket. I was like, that is Roger, and
Roger
I
Klotz.
like it.
Just paint green, give him green face, and dye his hair red.
You have a perfect
Next Halloween, man.
cosplay.
You have you
Or
have
yeah,
the
do that at
nose
Gen Con.
You have the nose.
Just
and
bust out Roger Klotz and
everything.
Wow, I have the Roger Klotz nose. Is that what you're
It's
saying?
not as pointy.
I mean, that's what she just said.
He's a fucking cartoon, Seth.
Oh, so now I look like a cartoon.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
Well, guys,
you guys have fun at Gen Con.
so is there? Do you have like a couch I can sleep on tonight, guys?
I have several.
You've somersaulted over one of them.
It was a backflip, and it was baller.
Yeah, it was actually a backflip.
It was bully.
It was a back somersault.
it.
Yeah.
Like she didn't.
It was a back tumble.
She didn't scale the couch
It was great.
You just leaned back and rolled
It's
into
kinda
a
like when-
table.
and didn't die.
It's kind of like
wanted to
when
show you
scuba
guys how
divers
cool I
enter the water.
This is the only way it'll work.
I was so angry that you guys were just like, that was dumb. Like right off the bat, you
You
didn't
almost broke Billy's table.
even give me a chance.
to explain why it was also cool.
That's because we've all done backflips already in front of each other.
You.
We already had our backflip initiation.
Yeah.
We did it all together.
And all for the nookie.
Well,
It was that time you were filming dogs.
I've never backflipped.
you guys did backflips when I was filming dogs.
Shooting to skip.
You filmed dogs without us.
That's true.
I don't
Billy
know.
sounds quiet.
Yeah, because I'm not leaning in. Yeah.
Billy sounds quiet.
That was a stretch.
I think I just make everything that now. Billy. I don't know why.
It sounded quiet. Yeah.
It smells so much like coffee in here, and I love it.
You're welcome.
You're surrounded by coffee.
I am. I'm in a coffee sandwich.
You're at a coffee cacophony.
A
Coffee sauna.
sandwich sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it does actually.
I
It
just
sounds like an
imagine it.
accident.
Like someone just dumped coffee on bread.
Look, coffee sandwich. Now get back in your room.
What if it's made of those Dippin' Donuts? What are they called? The ones you put.
Tom Thumb
Are they
donut?
just donut
What? Sounds
sticks?
too much then.
Wait,
Dippin'
what?
Donuts.
Those narrow,
What are you talking about?
Twinkie-shaped donuts people dip in
Oh,
coffee.
eclairs?
You talk? Oh no.
Eclairs.
Mate,
No, the biscottis. Is that what you're talking about?
what'd you call me?
Wait, hold on. You mean like the very hard sticks of... That's not a
Oh,
donut,
wait, no.
you dummy.
Wait, what? No.
I'm gonna say dumbass. Like just go right there.
Rectangle ones.
Yeah. They're-
Wait.
Are
Now
are
I'm-
they actually a donut?
No. They're not as big as Long Johns.
I have no idea
Are
what
they
you're talking
actually?
about.
I
Are we
think
talking
it's
about
eclairs.
eclairs?
I
don't
think
even
so.
know.
Eclairs are the ones that are filled with like cream.
Long Johns are.
So are eclairs.
Yeah,
Do people dip those in coffee?
probably. I mean, if it's some sort of
Eclairs
pastry
aren't
covered in
fried.
These are
sugar,
meant to be dipped in coffee. Like,
those sound like
feel
those sound
I know
like.
what you're talking about.
Can you describe the texture?
Are they crunchy?
I've never held one.
I hate donuts.
I've
Do they
never
look
eaten
crunchy?
one.
Do they look like?
Like-
Lindsey,
me-
go
They
home.
look like they could
They
be
make
crunchy.
Do they
me
look like
feel
what British
so
people would
bad.
refer to as biscuits?
I even like
Potentially.
recently
I mean, that'd be a good thing to
ate
dip in
a
coffee.
donut and I was really excited about it, and it
So
tasted
it's more of like a
okay,
cookie.
but the feeling. It's just how
They're
I
donut
feel
sticks. They're
when
little
I
Debbie
eat the
donut
donut. I'm just
sticks.
like,
So the stupidest sounding thing is what they're actually called.
I said what they were.
Yeah, I
too.
know.
They're donut sticks.
donuts?
I
actually what it
literally
is.
didn't know that was a thing.
Wait,
Me either. Now I have to
what's
look 'em.
so hard about dipping an actual donut in coffee?
I'm just saying that's what
They're too
they
wide.
do them. Yeah. Like,
Oh my god.
They look like churros.
Yeah.
see?
They look like pies.
My back.
They look like those like
We're
hostess pies.
looking at different things, I think.
Welcome to the Donut Stick Podcast.
Stick around. Donut tune away.
Oh, were you looking at the Miss Freshly's?
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
Yeah, those ones look like
Cuda
those,
Kitchen.
Those look like those little pies that you would get in like the
My
package.
favorite fucking pastry
Yeah.
ever.
There used to be a place.
Worst thing
What
for
is-
you.
Yeah,
The chocolate hostess pies.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
or they had other ones like
Yeah,
green apple.
apple, yeah.
They were
Oh,
so,
dude, we had
so
all of them.
spicy.
Yeah.
Green
I like the
apple.
lemon.
Yeah,
the
lemon,
and
dude.
the
Lemon was
strawberry.
so good. Strawberry
Lemon
was
was
good.
They changed their recipe though, because
Yep.
they used to be way better, and now they're like super hard and like it's
they
like
suck
biting
now.
through plastic to get to it.
Yeah,
now.
they suck now.
Somebody should make gourmet those,
I think it's just a pie.
Looking at you,
but
Babish.
like a handheld.
That's There, it's
It's like
something.
a fruit empanada.
It's basically
calzone.
it's a calzone. It's a fucking pie. It's a fruit calzone. That's exactly what I was
That
going to
sounds
say.
so good.
I love calzone so much.
Yes.
It's basically pizza.
The calzones
but they're so good. I like stromboli also.
I don't need
Stromboli's
anything
good.
that I have to dip into the sauce myself. What am I, your maid?
I miss Chicago.
Do it for me.
I should have went there.
yeah.
I love the long running joke
Probably
that
good we did.
everyone in that town hates calzones except for him.
Ben.
And they're-
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody's just like, they're abominations of food.
They're just like nobody. They all hate calzones and they all hate libraries. Every single person in that town hates libraries.
In what town?
Pawnee.
Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah. Pawnee.
All right, let's get this podcast going.
My mom used to make calzones.
Damn it! Every time. Okay.
How
I would
hard
hold
is-
them like
a,
smiles.
like a homemade calzone?
Yeah.
How hard is that to do? Like,
It's not super hard. We used to
No.
make them at Cedar Ridge.
Dough is dough is really easy to make, and the fillings are super simple.
You basically make a pizza.
And then you just fold it.
Yeah, you fold it and then you pinch it,
You crimp it.
and then you.
Cute.
Some people
if
use
you
a
want
fork.
yeah, then you can do cute little marks.
Cute.
I
And
like
then
to do it
probably do a little
so it looks
stabby
like little
at the top
bird feet
so that it doesn't
on the
explode.
sides.
Because it
Like-
will explode.
It will. Yep, you got to do a stabby in the middle to let the air out a little bit.
All right.
Empanadas are good too.
Love you, Elijah.
How do I sound talking? Nope, that doesn't work.
well, don't
Damn.
move it when you're
These
talking.
things
I
are
told
too
you.
big.
I told you. They're going to hit your teeth. I guess I'll just have to eat your Jolly
Should have did
Ranchers.
lifesavers, you dumb prick.
I know.
I don't like Jolly Ranchers. You know what I do like though?
fuck
Have
you.
you ever had the Jolly Ranchers that were like gummy rings
Yeah.
and they came in a little sleeve?
Yep.
Those were good.
Those were dope.
I used to like roll them down my fingers so I would have more multicolored.
I did that one time.
look.
I did that one time, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" And then my hands were so sticky and gross afterwards. I was like, "Never again." I got so mad.
I like to like push my fingers together when I had them on and feel like the sticky mushiness.
Mika's been getting dosed with LSD since birth. Just micro doses of LSD.
I just
You're
enjoy
really-
the texture.
You're really good at describing like a random dumbass thing all of us did one time, maybe, and we're like, "Oh, that's weird." But you remember like it just happened. Like,
For the first time.
because they stuck with me, and I refer back to those
moments of
sensations.
happiness. The fleeting few moments of happiness in my life. Rolling gummy lifesavers, slavers
that
down
scene
my
in the movie where you look miserable, you're drinking coffee in front of a window, and then there's a flash to you like as a kid putting fucking gummy savers on your face.
Cigar Rose starts playing, and it's just a little smirk on your face. And everything's going to be okay. You're off to the races.
I would put all food on my fingers.
all food, even hot soup.
Spaghetti?
Yes, spaghetti,
just-
like wrap it around.
Full on, like full force, whole hand into a bowl of steaming hot soup. Just,
Just to see what it feels like.
I don't like this one as much.
Gotta at least do the hand test. All right, what are we working with here?
I don't like this one as much.
I very much miss having child-sized fingertips because now I can't put bugles on there, and I swear they've made bugles flatter than they used to be.
I think
And
so.
I can't put olives on my fingertips.
Yeah, they stopped using as much baking soda in the recipe, so they don't puff up as much,
Is that real?
and gravity just kind of
Is
brings
that
them down.
real?
I don't know. That's my guess. The recipe's been altered. Storm Area 51 to find
I
out.
need you to fact check that for my letter that I'm going to write.
Speaking of fact checks, a scientific study just came out that
Bugles are good.
no,
Bugles aren't good. They're
They
bad.
aren't. They're the worst fucking snack.
but
I haven't had them.
like over 2,000 products over the course of 6 years have food products that are being sold in stores have been reduced by at least 30% in size, and the price has gone up. So they're intentionally making everything smaller. So they probably are smaller.
I definitely know they'd be putting less Doritos up in like, what is this quarter of a bag bullshit?
I get some
Less
settling may occur,
seasoning.
but
Less
over
seasoning,
half
they
the fucking bag.
Skimping on the seasoning.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Doritos.
They're skipping on the
Frito-Lay,
dust.
bitch.
Man.
Give me that Dorito dust.
You were just
bitch.
sitting there silently until that
They
happened.
betrayed us. Let's unite, guys. Screw Area 51.
Yeah.
Frito-Lay.
Frito-Lay.
Let's storm it.
Storm it. Let's do it.
Or just like wait,
your fucking seasoning.
follow a truck on its delivery path and like set up charges on the highway. Just
It's the fucking
and
robbery.
everyone scatters towards it.
It's the fucking robbery scene from The Dark Knight.
Yep.
But it's Frito-Lay
yeah, they
trucks.
flip the
Flip
truck.
the truck. Yep.
Everyone's got clown masks.
We all have pockets full of
Everyone's
our own
killing the next guy,
homemade-
so they get all the Doritos.
We all have pocket full of like homemade Dorito dust that we in people's eyes like fucking Rusty Shackleford. Pocket sand, but pocket dust.
And everybody will just refer to it as the Frito-Lay Massacre.
Then we realized it was just a Lay's truck. Like, fuck!
It's just regular Lay's.
There's just money in here.
Original flavor.
Oh, that reminds me. Something that was like really sad that I saw at the hospital last week.
Was it everything inside the hospital?
No.
Does it have to do with Doritos?
But just the fact that you were like, there's no money inside. So I'm waiting at the counter to check in, just for a regular checkup, and there was this like box, this metal container hanging on the wall by this door that was like a receptacle of some kind, and. You know, whenever you see a warning sign or something that says "Don't do this," somebody at some point had to have done that thing to warrant the warning.
Yeah.
So, in big letters, no money or valuables inside, just blood and urine. And I was just like, "That's the saddest fucking box I've ever seen in my life."
you're on some coins and give me them doubloons. But it's like urine and blood mixed together.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh." Jesus, like, I'd hate to be the guy that has to clean up that fucking attempted robbery. Fucking,
That's probably the guy who put the sign up.
I'm like warning others, like, guys, it's not worth
This
it.
is not worth it. You're
Don't
going
do
to
it.
ruin my day.
I'm going to say the guy that cleans that up is probably the guy who also dug in there, because that's one where you catch him and that's his punishment, is he has to clean up after himself. Like, you're just stupid. We're not even going to put you in jail. Just clean this shit up.
God damn it, Ronnie.
I'd do so bad around blood. Like, if I had a job
Reaching for
that was
coins and
that,
just blood splatter.
Arcade.
I hate it so much.
Well,
I opposite of hate.
You love blood?
Yeah, like a
Why?
little bit.
You could have
Like-
been a doctor.
when I give blood and stuff, I love watching the vial fill up. It's awesome.
Billy.
and now Billy's on a list somewhere.
Yeah, probably. That's a staple.
We've adjusted to that by going in the new order.
Yeah, that's a staple in our brand.
Which we should totally do. We should totally do that for the MVPC, because it's confusing every time.
Yep.
Like somebody's like, "What?
I don't want a
what?"
new number. I like my number.
Yeah, no, I'm 3 and I know it.
You're never gonna vote for yourself,
have to
so
vote
you
for
don't need to know
yourself.
what number you are.
But I don't know.
But I like my number.
But I don't know.
I vote we
being
change it.
That is the most concrete fucking argument I've ever heard. But I don't know.
I vote we change it.
I also
I vote
that we change
against it.
This is our new order,
Seth votes
counterclockwise.
down. It's a tie.
I vote that we keep it.
Yeah, it's a tie.
So
now
now
we have to fight each other.
I was like, "What is the resolution here?"
And hot coffee in your face.
Okay.
And you get
Well,
a fucking
Tomas is on my
homemade
team, so we're
thing
gonna
in your
win.
eye.
Elijah and Michaela, rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, damn it. I thought we were going to fight. Okay,
Shit.
let's go. Hold on. How are we doing it?
On
Oh.
shoot.
Was it a
How
tie?
are we not rolling
Yeah.
for this?
Why'd you pick Elijah?
Okay.
Is it because he's impartial?
Because I suck at rock, paper, scissors.
He knew?
Are you doing 1, 2, 3,
On shoot, yeah. On shoot, Elijah.
You dumb bitch.
You went after him.
No, he went on 3. He didn't go on shoot.
Yeah, it's
he went.
1, 2,
still
3,
won.
shoot.
But then she saw the scissors and still didn't make
No,
her.
she was just putting her fist down.
Let's just roll
Okay.
it.
I won.
Roll it.
I
Yeah,
won.
actually, yeah.
Roll it out.
We're a
that
D&D
shit.
Roll
podcast.
it.
How are we not
Roll it.
rolling for
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Get your best D20. Whoever gets the higher number, you win.
Oh my god.
Ready? you dumb-
Ready,
Do I get
set.
advantage for anything?
No, just ready,
Elijah.
set, roll.
Do I add my girlfriend
Go!
modifier?
Oh, yeah.
17.
You little bitch.